ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai Limited Movie Monster Series Godzilla Store exclusive Godzilla 1975 from Terror of Mechagodzilla. Guchanka Tonka Toys over here is going to be standing a little bit over 6 inches tall, which in all honesty is fine by me, keeps him somewhat in scale with Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla. And now let's take a look at this tag. On the front of the tag we have a picture of 75 Gojira 1975 Godzilla 1975 Godzilla 2023. Quite the lovely image of the little goober. On the back of the tag we have Terror of Mechagodzilla, Godzilla Store, I guess, Movie Monster Series, Bandai. Side of the tag cut out the Godzilla's dorsal fins. And on the inside we have the stereotypical hoobajabs. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing an offshoot of a SpongeBob song this time. We're just gonna get it done so he's nice and minty protected fresh. And now some history for those who might not know it. This figure was available both through the 50th anniversary memorial box and the Bandai Toys Dream Project box. The memorial box version is green, it's not charcoal black with green highlights, and his nails are actually painted. This guy specifically is modeled after the Toys Dream Project version, just like Titanosaurus. Although the greens seem a little bit less metallic-y. No, I won't be taking points off for that one. And that's pretty much all there is to tell. Except for the dorsal fins being properly applied on the final product, because in the promo shots they weren't. Dodged a bullet there, Bandai. Now we can talk about paint and detail. Godzilla's kinda cute. I'm gonna be straight up. This design, yeah, it's kinda cute. Not as cute as 73 or 74, but yeah, look at him. He's angy. Whites of the eyes, black pupils and such. No mixtures of browns this time, like with 73. Got a little spurt of green on his head over here with some fantastic looking details. Oh yes. On the inside of Godzilla's mouth, we have some very beautifully painted white teeth and a nice plump red tongue in there for good measure. And basically, this is Godzilla. This is Godzilla, as I'm sure many experienced him first in some capacity. No paint on the nails, just like the Toys Dream Project version. A nice strip of green moving into his titty area with some nice details highlighted. Nice splurts of green on his kneecaps, although not as much as the original. Nothing on his toes, but hey, look at all that detail. It's fantastic. I really do wish we got a little bit more green on this guy, because I like how it looks. Okay, I really like how it looks. But the minimal applications of green might actually appeal to more collectors out there, so it is what it is. Moving into Goji's dorsal fins over here, they're nice and solid silver with some nice details on them as well. Some of the outside row of dorsal fins aren't fully painted, but they're painted enough. Seems like these two on either side really got the brunt of the mist paint spray, but hey, for the most part, this looks great. I love how it looks, yes. I especially love that they bothered to paint even a little bit of the dorsal fins on the nape of Godzilla's neck moving into his back. Yeah, both sides. And then moving on into the tail, more silver paint, more fantastic detailing on these little waffle nubs, and, not painted all the way to the tip. They missed the final two. Since we're here, we have some nice detailing on the tail, on either side, and on the underside. Speaking of which, on the underside of Godzilla's tail, we have trademark 1975, Toho Company Limited Godzilla 1975, and then we have Bandai 2002 made in China. 2002? Was this guy released outside of that? Or was he just sitting in a factory somewhere for all those years? I don't know. Oh, look at that. He's got some nice details on his lower jaw down here. I didn't even notice that at first glance. But from there, we have fantastic tree bark-esque looking details all across Godzilla's body from his head all the way down to his toes over here. Gonna be a great amount of detail on his guchal area moving into the underside of his tail. And unlike Titanosaurus, that's pretty much it. I'm going to give paint and detail 2 solid stars. My main issue, if you could even call it that, is simply just I wish there was a little bit more green. That's all. It's not a point divider or anything like that. I really do love that they didn't skimp out on a painted tongue with some magnificently painted teeth. And overall, I'm glad we got the green paint at all. So yeah. Now before I move on into articulation, it's time for me to artificially inflate this video's runtime. Look at them! They're all here together! I don't know why I'm so excited about this, but I am. It feels so great to have 73, 74, and 75 all on the same camera screen, and let's just do a quick little comparison. So now that I have a 75 to compare to 73, I can see just how much was changed with this figure. The detailing, obviously, it almost feels like this mold was used as a base while they just completely reshifted everything. Certain things about the hands and the legs remain somewhat the same, although I think this guy's legs are a bit thinner, but the overall silhouette of this original figure moving into this one is felt and is seen. I do very much wish we got a bit of a tail lift with this guy, but they essentially just reused the 74 tail, and from a front-on shot, it just looks like such a beautiful, graceful, natural progression between the two. Might have been wrong about those hands. Maybe just the hands. Not so much the arms, though. Whatever. The heads, night and friggin' day. And I love that all three of them have that little strip on their titties, very much accentuated upon. The fun continues on with the original 74 movie monster series release, and these two definitely have a lot more in common with one another than 73 and 75. A lot more in common, especially so with the tails. They're essentially done up the exact same way with the exact same curve. Might be fuck it. The dorsal fins look and feel pretty much the same. One just has more paint on the other. From the legs to even the arms, I would definitely say all they really did was replace the head in the original release. And you know what? Sometimes it really is just that simple. And once again, I just wanted to showcase the beautiful, hell, even graceful, natural progression from Godzilla vs. Megalon to Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla to Terror of Mechagodzilla. It's so cool to finally have them all in figure format directly next to one another. I really feel like I had to discuss this just because these three designs are so closely related to one another, and again, just seeing them on camera, that's a solid friggin' star right there. I'm so happy to have this. And hopefully at some point next year, or even on Godzilla Day, we can see the release of a new Movie Monster Series 74 Godzilla, just to see how much he'll actually differ from this guy right here, which I don't think will be too much. Maybe some brighter paint on the nails and the titty strip. Anyway, articulation. Swivel at the head. Yes. Full swivel at the arms. Yes, on both sides, and it feels so great to be able to move these arms without having to worry about scratching off no paint on the nails. Full rotation at the legs as well. Very simple, and nothing at the tail. Just like 73, and just like 74. Another solid star. They stuck close to what made this release so damn great, and while it might deter some owners of the original Toys Dream Project set away, I mean, for those of us who never had it, here we go. It's great. I love it. Could you imagine, for a minute, they released this guy in his retro color format, and it's the Memorial Box paint scheme. And for this guy, it could be the all-black Memorial Box paint scheme. And then for Titanonucleosis, it's just the original Movie Monster Series paint scheme. They don't gotta be metallic at all. I'd take that, but let's face it, they're gonna be metallic if they exist anyway. Size comparisons and B-roll stuff. The cast of Terror of Mechagodzilla. The cast of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla +1. Same thing I just said, but with a different Mechagodzilla. 74 Goji, 75 Metallic Green Tin Can, Minimates Titanosaurus in 74 Goji, Shokugan Final Climax Shin and King Series Final Climax Shin, Optimus and Shockwave, Imperial Goji and Warhammer 40k Raven Guard. And now I can just talk about photographing Titanosaurus and Godzilla and Mechagodzilla all together. What a joy. It's great to finally have the entire cast of Terra Mechagodzilla on my shelves and in my heart, which will go on forever. They all look great together. They really do, no matter what's going on in the picture. And even though I already discussed it, 74 and 75 look great together as well, just different enough, just like the suits. And seeing 73, 74, and 75 all lined up together, it's a treat to the eye, fam. I'm happy. I very much appreciate the sentiment that Bandai and Toho were going for with re-releasing essentially replicas of the Toys Dream Project figures. I might have been a little hard on Titanosaurus with this smudgy black paint, but I'm sticking to it, and I'm just really glad I didn't have to do it again for this guy. Believe me, I wasn't trying to be hard on the guy, it's just after finally looking at him, I wasn't in love with him like I thought I would be, like I am with this figure right here. Well, that's about going to wrap it up for me, friends and neighbors, and when next we meet, we're talking about my favorite alien. Oh yes, it's real, it's not official, but It's pretty damn good. Social media, Patreon, $1 a month, access to everything. And then after that, we'll talk about Jada Toys Chun-Li whenever she shows up. Peace.